I am a newborn nursery level 1 nurse. Sometimes they are called transition care nurse.
Okay.
And so what I do is I go to the deliveries and I catch the babies.
Welcome to Navigating Nursing with CompassRN. I'm your host, Ilene. And today we have a special guest with us today. Miss Ravyn, BSNRN, is with us today. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here with us today.
Yes.
So we want to dive in and get to know a little bit about you.
Okay.
What area of nursing are you in, and what do you do within your role?
Okay, I love it. So I am a newborn nursery level 1 nurse. Sometimes they are called transition care nurse.
Okay.
And so what I do is I go to the deliveries and I catch the babies. So when the doctors deliver the baby, they hand the babies to me, and I make sure that the baby is kicking and screaming and breathing. That
Okay.
is my main goal, to make
Yes.
sure that I am stimulating the baby, to make sure I hear that first cry and make sure that the baby is okay. And after that, I take care of the baby within the first 4 hours of life to just monitor the baby to make sure that the baby is okay, it's getting acclimated into the new world. And I pass them to postpartum, where they go to the next step. But I go to C-sections, vaginal deliveries. I'm a part of codes if we need that. Sometimes I record, sometimes I get in and resuscitate the baby if need be, until the NICU team comes and kind of take over. But yeah, I get to see life being brought into the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. That is
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
And so there are so many areas of nursing that you can go into, and this is one of them.
Yeah, and I love it because, like I said, I get to see life being born. And, sometimes in other areas of nursing, you get to see the transition side. But I love just every delivery is different. And I have a newfound respect for mothers that bring life into the world, because even as a nurse, I can't fathom how a baby comes into the world. And it's so amazing and so rewarding to see. So I love it.
Okay. So with all that you do, what is your most memorable moment in your career so far?
I think the most memorable moment would have to be when a code happens with the baby. I was at the beginning of my nursing career. I was still in the residency program, and we had a C-section, and the baby did not come out crying. The baby was blue. That we had to do a full code. When I talk about chest compressions, PPV, which is positive pressure ventilation, we had to give epinephrine. It was a full code. So basically what you'll see on the adult side, we do it on the baby side. And starting off seeing that really left a memory in my brain. But luckily the baby came out of it. The baby is fine. And so that was rewarding to see. But you never forget the times where it's not always butterflies and roses, and you have to really resuscitate those babies to make sure that the babies are breathing. You have to make sure that the babies are okay. So the memories of that, it really sticks with me every time I have to interact with a situation like that.
Yes, that sounds like it was a very memorable moment.
Yes, it was. Very chaotic, because you have 4 or 5 people trying to work on this little human, and it's like, it's a lot.
Yeah. How did you get linked up with CompassRN?
I got linked up with CompassRN just by being on social media. I was following a young man. He's a doctor or nurse practitioner, I believe. And he posted pictures of like a mentorship. And I just went to the DMs and I said, hey, can you give me some more information about this? Because I'm interested in mentoring. And then he connected me with Renee, and the rest was history.
That is
reached out to her.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Social media, CompassRN on all platforms. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you said you were a mentor. So you're mentoring with us with CompassRN?
Yes, I am. I've been a mentor for a year now.
Okay.
So I have a mentee. So she's in college. She's in her freshman year of college. I check on her, try to check on her as often as I can. And anytime she needs me, I'm there. And we just make sure that I'm there to help her navigate through her freshman year.
Yes, and that's what we are here to do, right? We are helping these upcoming nurses navigate through their nursing journey.
Yes.
So what made you want to be a nurse? Why nursing?
Well, I've always, since a young girl, I always loved helping people. I started off wanting to become a doctor. But then as I got older, I kind of realized that nursing was a little bit more hands-on. They had a lot of the bedside relationship with the patients. And so I was just like, let me just go into nursing and let me try that. And if I want to go into medical school, I can do that later. And I fell in love with it. I always feel like nursing has always been my passion. And so it's a true calling for me. And so when I went through nursing school and I got in my career, I just fell in love with it, and that's what I've been doing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you were talking about you got into nursing. So how was your nursing journey?
So my nursing journey was it was a journey, I should say.
Yes.
I started off going to a 4-year university. The nursing program that I was in, it was broken into 5 semesters. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I was not successful the first time. I made it to my 4th semester, and I had to sit out a year and a half. During that year and a half, I was taking care of my grandfather that had got diagnosed with dementia. And I, after that year and a half, I sparked another interest to go back to nursing school, and I got my associate's degree. I went through an associate's program, and I did a year and a half there, got my associates, started working at the beginning of the pandemic, and then went back to get my RN to BSN a year later, and I got my BSN in 2021. So that's kind of a little bit of my nursing journey. I went through 2 nursing schools to get to where I am today, but that's just my journey.
Yeah, so that's something that you guys can know, that you don't have to have a traditional journey into nursing.
Yes.
It's not, how you get there. It's the destination that you get there.
Yes.
And you went, you started off in a 4-year institution, but then you did get the associates and then did the bridge program to get your BSN. So that's options there, guys. Be looking into that.
It's no cookie cutter way that you can become a nurse. It's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah. So with your nursing journey, what did you learn about yourself?
I learned how dedicated I was. I've always been a A and B student. Nursing school did challenge that, but I really learned that I am a fighter. I'm a perseverer, and when I'm dedicated to something and I have a goal in mind, I try to execute it. And so that kind of confirmed that going through my nursing program. So yeah, that's kind of what I learned about myself.
That is awesome. Mm-hmm. Yes. Take the time to learn yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything that you would do differently if so? Or what do you think about your nursing journey?
I think one thing that I would have done differently was just to have a good work-life balance. I think oftentimes when you get into nursing school, you're so focused on the testing, you're so focused on the studying. Sometimes you lose yourself. And it was I was up all night studying, And doing that months after months, years after years, it became very exhausting. So one thing that I wish that I would have done was take time out for me. Take time for my mental health, take time out to just relax. I was in so much of a go mode that I got tired. And so if I can give anybody advice, it's just to take that time, even if it's just to go get your nails done, to get a massage, just take that time for yourself.
Yes, that is very important to take care of yourself. So within nursing, we learn about cultural competence. Can you tell us a little bit about what cultural competence is and why it's important in nursing?
Cultural competence is just basically, in layman's terms, is just to be aware of different people that you may come in contact with and how to interact with them. It's very important as a nurse because you are going to see all types of people come in and out of the hospital, and you have to know the best way to provide a service to them. Whether it's cultural, based on where they're from, like race-wise or ethnicity, or a language barrier, you have to be able to communicate with your patients, and you have to take the time to learn cultures and leave your biases at the door, because if you don't, then you won't be able to have good bedside manner. So that's very important when you're a nurse.
Very, very true. And so you were saying about, meeting the patient where they are, helping them to help them through, this visit to the hospital.
Yes. The hospital that I work with, we serve the underinsured community, and it is a lot of people that are not from the United States, and they have different languages. And so when you are a foreigner coming to a different country and it's all new to you, you look to see if it's somebody around you that you can relate to. It's all about relatability and feeling comfortable. Everybody comes from different backgrounds, but also that allows us to connect with each other. And so it's just all about making the patient feel comfortable. And because being in the hospital is a scary place. And so if you can just look up and be like, oh, I connected with this nurse because she's from where I'm from, or she speaks the same language as me, or she grew up in the same area as I did, that kind of eases some of the stress, and it allows the patient to feel a little bit at ease. And it also helps with the patient care, providing the care to the patient as well.
Yes, very true, very true. Well, I thank you, Nurse Ravyn, for being with us here today.
Yes.
Now, if there was something you wanted to leave with the audience, something that you would want to tell them, what would that be?
One thing when it comes to specific going through nursing school, I already touched on having a good work-life balance, but also make sure you lean to your support system. I was able to be successful in nursing school because of my support system. And support system is not always family. It could be a friend. It can be find mentors in the area. Just have somebody that you can go talk to, because nursing school is very stressful, and you may need somebody to cry, shoulder to cry on, or just release your frustration. So if that's another takeaway that I would say, just lean into your support system. Don't think you have to take on the world. It's okay to ask for help. You don't have to go on this journey alone. And even if you feel like you're alone, there is somebody out there that is willing to help you. You just have to open your mouth and ask.
Yes, having support is very important in nursing school, because I know I did have a very good support system.
I did too.
And that is definitely what helped me through those tough days, for sure. Well, thank you guys for joining us here on Navigating Nursing with CompassRN. You can find us on all social platforms at CompassRN. And as always, no matter where you are in your nursing journey, you have nurse navigators here to guide you along the way. Y'all have a good night.